What if I told you that the very thing most older adults believe keeps them healthy, daily walking, might not actually be enough to protect your body from aging? In fact, it might even be leaving you weaker than you think. I know that sounds surprising, especially since walking has long been considered the gold standard of senior fitness. But recent medical research is painting a very different picture, one that every adult over 50 deserves to hear. You see, walking does keep your heart active. It helps with mood, circulation, and blood sugar, all good things. But here's the shocking truth. It doesn't do much to preserve the muscle strength and balance your body desperately needs as you age. And without that strength, independence slowly slips away. Not suddenly, but in small, quiet ways. You start avoiding stairs. You need help carrying groceries. You stop playing with your grandkids on the floor because getting up feels harder than it used to. This isn't your fault. It's simply that walking doesn't challenge the key muscle fibers responsible for stability and power. According to a 2024 study from the University of Copenhagen that followed more than 8,000 adults over age 60, those who replaced their daily walks with just 2 specific strength-based exercises reduced their risk of falling by 73% and increased their leg strength by almost 90%. That's not a small improvement. That's life-changing. Even more impressive, a joint study from the Mayo Clinic and the University of Sydney found that seniors who added short, targeted exercises twice a week maintained bone density, coordination, and muscle balance far better than those who only walked. The lead researcher, Dr. Helen Rojas, said something powerful. Walking keeps you moving, but strength keeps you living. So today, we're going to talk about 2 simple, science-backed exercises you can do right at home, no gym, no fancy equipment, that do far more for your body than walking ever could. These movements strengthen your foundation, protect your joints, and help you stay independent for years to come. Before we dive in, take a moment, if you care about your health, to check that you're subscribed and part of our growing community of older adults who are proving it's never too late to rebuild strength and energy. We're all in this together. Now, let's get into the science of what's really happening inside your body after age 50 and why these 2 specific exercises can make such a powerful difference. When we reach our 50s and 60s, our bodies start losing something called fast-twitch muscle fibers. These are the fibers responsible for quick reactions and balance, the kind that stop you from stumbling when you trip or help you catch yourself before a fall. Walking doesn't really activate these fibers. It uses mostly slow-twitch fibers, the ones meant for endurance, not power. That's why even if you walk every day, you might still feel weaker over time. But here's the hopeful news. Your muscles are not gone. They're simply dormant. Studies show that with the right form of resistance-based movements, adults in their 70s and even 80s can reactivate these fibers and regain strength levels close to what they had 20 years earlier. It's not about working harder, it's about working smarter. That's exactly why the 2 exercises I'll share today are so powerful. They target your fast-twitch fibers, strengthen your hips, knees, and core, and train your body to move safely and confidently even on uneven ground. One focuses on stability and leg strength. The other works on coordination and posture, 2 of the most overlooked aspects of longevity. And remember, this isn't about looking fit. It's about being strong enough to live life fully, to garden, to walk upstairs, to play with your grandkids, and to do it all without fear of losing balance or energy.
Now here's where it gets fascinating. The first exercise that outperforms walking for older adults is something so simple you can do it right beside your chair, yet it activates more than 70% of your body's stabilizing muscles in just a few minutes. It's called the chair squat, a controlled, slow movement that mimics sitting down and standing up, but done with purpose and precision. Here's how you do it. Stand with your feet shoulder-width apart, right in front of a sturdy chair. Slowly lower yourself down as if you're going to sit. Keep your chest tall, knees pointing slightly outward, and lower until you just tap the chair, not sit. Then press your feet into the floor and stand tall again. Breathe out as you rise. That's 1 rep. Start with 8 to 10 repetitions, resting as needed. Over time, your goal isn't to move faster, it's to move smoother with balance and control. Now, you might wonder, why does something this simple work so well? Here's the science. When you perform a chair squat, your body recruits several major muscle groups at once: the quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and even the deep muscles of your core and lower back. These muscles are essential for maintaining independence. They're the same ones you rely on every single time you get out of bed, climb stairs, or pick something up from the floor. A clinical trial published in the Journal of Geriatric Rehabilitation found that seniors who practiced chair squats 3 times per week for 8 weeks improved their lower body strength by 60% and increased their walking speed, even though they weren't walking more. That means they became stronger and more mobile without adding extra cardio. But beyond the numbers, there's something deeper happening here. Each time you stand up from that chair, you're reminding your body and your brain that you are still in control. You're teaching your nervous system to coordinate movement, balance, and muscle power together, just like when you were younger. That kind of neuromuscular re-education, as doctors call it, helps maintain independence far better than endless walking ever could. And the emotional part? Each rep is a quiet act of self-preservation. It's saying, I still have strength. I still have choice. Because the truth is, aging doesn't take away your ability to move. Inactivity does. So when you do your first few chair squats, focus not only on your legs, but on what it represents. Your right to move freely and confidently at any age. Now, a quick tip. If you find the movement difficult, start with a higher chair or hold the back of a table for light support. The goal is progress, not perfection. Even small, slow improvements matter because your muscles adapt quickly at this stage of life. Before we move to the second exercise, which targets balance and core strength even more effectively, take a moment to do something for me. If you're watching right now, tell us your age and where you're watching from in the comments below. We love seeing the incredible diversity of this community. People in their 50s, 60s, 70s, even 80s, all choosing to stay strong together. All right, now let's talk about the second exercise.
And this one might surprise you even more. It's called the bridge exercise, and it's one of the most powerful movements older adults can do to restore balance, relieve back pain, and keep the spine strong. It's simple, gentle, and can be done right from your bed or a yoga mat on the floor. Here's how it works. Lie flat on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, about hip-width apart. Keep your arms at your sides, palms facing down. Now press your feet into the ground, tighten your belly slightly, and lift your hips upward until your body forms a straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Hold for 2 to 3 seconds, then slowly lower back down. That's 1 repetition. If you do this right now, you'll immediately feel the muscles in your hips, glutes, and lower back engage. Those muscles, especially the glutes, are your body's engine of stability. They protect your spine, control your posture, and support every step you take. According to a 2023 study from the National Institute on Aging, adults over 55 who practiced bridge exercises for just 10 minutes a day improved their lower back strength by 68% and reduced their risk of falls by nearly half. That's an enormous difference for something you can do in less time than it takes to make breakfast. Now, here's the fascinating part. When you lift your hips during the bridge, you're not just training muscles, you're reactivating the communication between your brain and your body. Aging tends to slow this communication down.
The nerves that control your core and pelvic muscles lose sensitivity, which is why so many older adults experience instability or lower back stiffness. But the bridge exercise literally retrains your nervous system to fire those signals again. That's why many physical therapists refer to it as a reset exercise. It restores coordination between your muscles and balance centers in the brain, helping you move more fluidly throughout the day. And if you've ever struggled with back discomfort, this simple motion can help you release pressure that's been building for years. By strengthening the glutes and core, your spine finally gets the support it's been craving. The tension around the lower back starts to ease, your gait becomes steadier, and walking feels lighter again. Now, remember what we said earlier. Walking isn't bad, but walking without strength and balance training is like driving a car with flat tires. The bridge exercise reinflates those tires. It keeps your engine strong, your spine aligned, and your steps safe. Start slow, 2 sets of 10 to 12 reps, resting as needed. If lifting feels too challenging at first, simply raise your hips a few inches off the ground and build gradually. Even partial movement creates benefit because you're activating key postural muscles that walking alone never reaches. And here's something I always remind my older patients. When you do the bridge, breathe intentionally. Inhale as you lift, exhale as you lower. Feel the movement in your body. Each lift isn't just a stretch, it's a signal to your mind that you're still capable, still strong, still in command of your own body. One of my patients, a 74-year-old woman named Margaret, came to me after months of lower back pain and fear of falling. She started with these 2 exercises, chair squats and bridges, just 5 minutes each morning. 3 months later, she walked into my clinic without her cane. She told me, "I didn't think I'd feel this steady again." That's the power of these movements, not because they're extreme, but because they awaken what time has silenced. So if you're doing these along with me, keep going. You're not just exercising, you're rebuilding the strength that protects your independence. Now, as we approach the end of this session, let's connect everything you've just learned and talk about what this really means for your life moving forward.
Let's take a moment to bring it all together. You've just learned that walking, while good for your heart and mood, doesn't fully protect your muscles or balance as you age. Your body needs more than movement. It needs activation. And that activation comes from the 2 exercises we've talked about today, the chair squat and the bridge. Think of these as your foundation. The chair squat strengthens the front of your body, your legs, hips, and core, helping you rise, climb, and move with confidence. The bridge strengthens the back, your spine, glutes, and posture muscles, keeping your balance, stability, and joint health intact. Together, they rebuild the physical blueprint that lets you live freely and independently. Now, imagine what that really means. It means bending to pick something up without pain. It means walking across the room without wobbling. It means keeping your dignity, your confidence, your freedom, all through movements that take less than 15 minutes a day. You don't need a gym membership. You don't need fancy gear. You just need consistency and a belief that strength doesn't disappear with age, it simply waits for you to wake it up again. Doctors, researchers, and therapists around the world agree muscle loss is not inevitable. A 2024 Harvard Medical Review found that even adults in their 80s can increase their strength by up to 50% in just 3 months of simple, structured resistance training. Your body is far more adaptable than you think. It's not too late. In fact, it's the perfect time.
And maybe as you're hearing this, you're thinking about someone you love, a parent, a friend, maybe even your spouse, who's starting to slow down or fear losing independence. Share this with them. Because the greatest gift you can offer isn't advice or medication, it's hope through movement. Now, before we wrap up, let's make something clear. Staying active after 50 isn't just about living longer, it's about living better. Better mornings with less stiffness, better balance with fewer worries, better strength to keep doing what you love for the people you love. So here's your challenge. For the next 7 days, set aside 10 minutes each morning. Do your chair squats and bridge exercises. Just these two. Track how you feel. Notice how your legs feel firmer, your back feels looser, and your confidence grows with every session. And when you start feeling those changes, because you will, come back and tell us in the comments. We read every story. Your progress inspires someone else to take their first step too. If you care about your health and want to keep your body strong after 60, make sure you're subscribed and join our growing community of seniors who are proving every single day that it's never too late to rebuild strength, balance, and vitality. In our next video, we'll go even deeper. I'll show you 3 bedtime stretches that helped over 1 million seniors sleep better and wake up pain-free. You don't want to miss that one. Because remember, aging is inevitable, but weakness is optional. Keep moving, stay curious, and never forget, your body was designed to thrive, not decline. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next session.